Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing something a bit different, so please let me know in the comments if you enjoy it or if it's something you want me to continue doing. Obviously, I've done a lot of money making videos on my channel, and a lot of them still currently make quite a lot of profit. Some of them are making more money than when I've done the video, and what I didn't want to do was to make another video based on it. So what I think I was going to do instead, in this video, was to go through the Grand Exchange on the homepage and just basically talk about some things which are currently very expensive, or some things which I've proven in the past in a video is a decent money maker and it's things for you to be looking out for, and if you had a bit of spare time, you could be doing these methods to make a bit more money on your account. Now, on the Runescape homepage, you have the Grand Exchange under the community. This is a great way to see what things are rising and also what things are crashing, just in case you wanted to pick things up because they were cheap, or see if there's anything like massively rising up due to price. Now, obviously, a lot of these things are going to be down to the necromancy post and the necromancy release, and obviously we can talk about that as well. Now, necromancy and how to make money from necromancy is going to be a whole separate couple of videos, but I'll slightly talk over them now and then we'll do some videos later on just to reinforce what we're doing. Now, the first thing I'm going to go over in this sort of price rising video is bones. Obviously, already on the top page, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high tier bones already there. And obviously, because in the necromancy release, they've said that bones are going to be used for rituals, obviously going to link to some form of XP. That is why they're skyrocketing. Obviously, bones are quite easy to work out as well. You can just go and kill the monsters related to those bones and then bring in some decent money. One item I would definitely recommend though is the Bone Crusher update from VR. That means that you're not picking these bones up, they're coming to your info and it'll just make it nice and easy for you as well. Now, some things to really highlight here is that a Frost Dragon bone is now 35k. A Dagonoth King bone is just under 14k. However, I think with time-wise, Frost Dragon bones at 35k is a very, very high price for a monster which isn't really that hard. As approved in the video which I did a couple of months ago, Frost Dragons are very AFK and very chilled as well, and at 35k a bone, I think the wiki says at the minute he's sort of pushing 13-14 mil an hour for something which is quite AFK and quite chilled out as well. But starting here, you will always get things which are released on Treasure Hunter. They'll either always be in the price rises or price falls. This time, Artisanal Gears and Slayer Wildcard, I assume they'll be here for a while. Because they were brought in at such a low limit and such a low price, they'll be taking a while to sort of level out and do their own price. Stonewall segments as well have significantly rose in price, and they're currently just at under 17k. They're very much on the upward trend, and it normally links to a 4.3 update coming very soon. These make very decent money. Admittedly, they are a bit more long-winded than the wooden frames, but if you're looking for a money-making method, these do actually make roughly 8 mil per hour. They've actually improved significantly since I did the last 4.3 update video. So that is very good as well. Pure Essence, if you're a low-level mining account or if you're looking to stock up before the Necromancy release. If you had the Golden Cape perk, you can use Pure Essence with your free porter. That's a good way to do it. You do get 5 Essence per mine, so it is quite quick per hour. However, I do think there are slightly better ways. Camping Absol Demons, for example, will get you quite a lot of Pure Essence per hour and more than enough sort of drops to also buy more Pure Essence if that's what you're looking at stocking up on. However, long gone are the days of Pure Essence being totally worthless. It's very much a decent drop to pick up now. They did take a bit of a tank just before the release of Necromancy. However, they're going back up to the price we used to be. Compared to the 2GP, which they are on old school, 122 for a Pure Essence is actually quite mad. Steel bars will be linked to the Cannonball price. 2.5k is quite cheap for them. They have been a lot higher lately and have been fluctuating an awful lot. You can see here they sort of topped out towards the top end of 3k. I think with the right sort of demand for cannonballs, which the increase on people wanting to kill stuff for necromancy, it could really push steel bars over 3k. Limestone bricks, 4.3 update, that will always be there. Again, if you needed to, in the 4.3 video, you can buy 500 per day from Canifis. You can buy 100 a day from the construction guy in the fort. And also, I think you can buy 500 in the Elf City. Subjugation will be going through the roof because that is, again, linked to Necromancy. That will be linked to armor for Necromancy. So Subjugation is going to go on a wild ride until Necromancy is released. Now, if you haven't done this Amarak pet, please get looking at doing it. It's probably the best time you're ever going to get to do it, because items will just be going through the roof. Praise will go next for people who are able to do Angel of Death. That is just flying up because it's linked to the new prayers. That'll be going up for quite a while and actually making Angel of Death even more worthwhile than it already was. That'll be very good. Baby Dragon Bones is a low-key, decent moneymaker, only because it's 5k per bone, which is comparable to a normal Dragon Bone, but they'll be way easier to kill. I mean, you could camp them in any of the dragon spots or baby dragon spots, and you could rack them up quite quick. I'll be quite interested to see how well you do with that, and that might be a separate video on its own. Key to the crossing, for whatever reason, the kopeshes aren't high at all. I think it's more linked to the vital spark price, which actually makes Magi quite a decent boss, because you've got this vital spark and the kopeshes to sort of balance its price out. If it was just relying on kopeshes, these would be in the floor, but again, they're pushing 550k, which makes slaying the corrupted creatures even better GP, which is all I care about anyway. Air Bones, 15k. Again, I think the price of Frost Dragon Bones, you can do them, and it'd be a very nice addition to your task, but I would look more towards the Frost Dragon Bones. Oak Planks have been a little high for a while, but it's linked to the frame price. So here, like I was saying earlier, Dragon Bones are 4.7k, whereas Baby Dragons are 4.4. It's a bit weird, but I mean, it must mean that there's a bit more to go in the Dragon Bone price, which will be good, because if you do kill dragons, or if you do get them from like Vindy, it's even more money, and it actually makes God Wars 2 and Vindicta a little bit more worthwhile now. The Dragon Bones will be a very nice drop. Bronze bars, that's people stocking up for necromancy as well. You'll start to see now like the overload supplies, so the extreme strengths, extreme defenses, Lancerdyme and Lancerdyme incense sticks are very high as well. These actually make like 12 to 13 mil per hour making Lancerdyme sticks. If you haven't got your overloads, try and get like an offer in, because I think it'd be very worthwhile. Again, it depends on what you're thinking you're going to train. White berries, 4.4k, again linked to the potions. Source stoles, the demand for overloads have gone up, so they have become more expensive as well. And again, just more of a supersets, some incense sticks. These will all be linked as forms of combat and forms of things linked into getting supplies for necromancy. As you can see, like the main sort of theme here is bones, bars, potions, and fought for and free stuff. Also as well, 9.2k for a decorated mining urn. It's disgusting. Urns in a minute have really spiked as well. I think I saw on the wiki that urns are making 7 mil per hour, which if you do need a crafted XP, very, very good and very worthwhile. Blood runes are bouncing back up. Now this could be linked to the Staff of Armor. It came back into the game, but they're back over 1.4k. If you stocked up here, you did very, very well. And hopefully Blood Runes can pop back up to that, because it'll make Blood Rune crafting profitable again, and we can do a video on it. And finally, some Spider Silk and some more decorated urns. So urns are also very high, but again, that's just due to demand. Sometimes I think the urn market really can't cope and not enough coming in. And what we'll see here is sort of like stuff from the last promotion. So the emerald stuff, the ruby stuff, diamond stuff, that's all here. But what you're trying to do with the price falls is just to pick out a couple of things which look and are cheap. So here, wool composite bows, that's a fortunate component, is now gone down to 1.1 mil. This is one to keep an eye out, because at some points fortunates can make money, and making them into the Hydrix can actually make you profit. So always keep an eye on fortunate components, and if anything sort of breaks that 1 mil barrier, because that's when you start to look and think, I could make some money there. Diamonds at 800 is disgustingly cheap, but everything related to crafting is cheap. Worth keeping an eye out over time if it gets any cheaper, and if you do need to buy some XP, that is when to jump in and buy it. Archaeology stuff never really decreases, and things like insignia and purple, if you are like doing those sets, as Arosian sets, it's a good time to sort of look and buy. You can see here they've spiked here for bonus XP weekend, so really don't really want to touch it till it hits about the 6k mark. But again, like I can see things like this because I constantly visit. It's something I do every day. Is just check prices and stuff. The more you do it, the more you get used to what sort of price is there. Mahogany planks, these would be high because of the bonus XP. Let's see what they look like. Now here for mahogany planks, this is getting to a point where they are cheap now. 1.8k is very cheap because the frames are now released for free. The planks sort of have like a level and like a base where they can go before they go up, because people just make the frames and make a lot of GP from that. A couple of energy, some salamanders, and the uncut dragon stones. To be fair, in terms of the price falls, there's nothing really too major. Obviously, ceramic scales are cheap, but they've been cheap for a long time. But yeah, it's nothing too bad there. Really, for the Grand Exchange, it's all on the price increases at the minute. Everything's sort of going up in price. A lot of money makers on the wiki are up in price. I would say that like a lot of the videos we've done on money makers, they're probably up 20% from when I did them, and when I had like a rough GP per hour. It's actually quite mad. But that's what a new skill does. That's what people like being actively trying to stock up for a skill does. It takes GP out of the game because people are hoarding it in supplies. And yeah, I mean, it's a good time. And if you wanted to make some more money, there's all these money makers. Here, you can go kill dragons, frost dragons, you can go mine ore, go Zamorak, you can do fort for infantry stuff, the frames are still high, you can produce bars, we saw iron bars, steel, bronze, Banelites a little bit further down. I'm sure making super defense potions will be good money because people are after extremes. And that's how I've always sort of looked at what to make and what the sort of RS market is such as doing. But yeah, obviously this is a new idea. This is something brand new I've done. Let me know what you think. If it's something like you want me to do on a weekly basis, that's no problem at all. I think it'd be quite good to do weekly as well because we can always look for the filter through like 7 days and then like go over things which have rose, things which have decreased, and things that if I'm stocking up on something, I'm not actually on this account, we can sort through that as well. But if you have enjoyed, guys, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough. The comments on the last couple of videos as well have been very, very good. Don't worry if it's anything negative. I know the past couple of videos, the sound hasn't been the best. Those who have guessed, I was in a different room, so I'm going to try and make sure I'm in the same room with the same mic at the same time. But thank you guys for all the support in the recent videos, and for the long-term subscribers as well. Thank you all for sticking around. Hope you guys enjoyed again, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.